Alrighty, so next, I'm talk about creating your own low-dose naltrexone. Now, naltrexone is not over the counter. You do have to have a prescription for it. It usually comes in a 50 milligram tablet. I also take low-dose naltrexone. It is by far the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to pain management in the population and in the MCAS population too. We're not entirely sure how it works. I've read several different theories on how the drug actually works at low doses, why it treats pain instead of blocking those receptors. It actually makes those receptors work better. But the truthful answer is we honestly don't know. So there's a couple of things. The main way that I have done it, and I've told my patients, is to pick up some 16.9 ounce bottles of water, which is 500 milliliters of water. The other thing you can do is, of course, get yourself a measuring cup that has milliliters on it. This one has, it's a 1 liter, so half of that is 500. And you can also get the small shaker cups, blender bottles. Again, not endorsing, just this is what I have, this is what I've used. But these blender bottles, even though it says what 400, like the cutoff, it actually goes all the way up. It fills right up to 500. So that's your two options. Now, what you're going to want to do is take the cap off, of course. You can either do one of two things. You can either crush this pill up and chunk it in there, or, and the simplest thing to do, just drop it in. Some don't dissolve that quickly, and you may have to leave it out overnight. Let's see if this one will dissolve. It's just hanging out. We'll definitely have to leave it overnight. And the other thing that you're going to want to do is get yourself some lemonade or whatever kind of flavoring that you like. I like the Crystal Light lemonades. I find they work really well. Usually they're set for 16.9 ounces of water, so it works out perfectly. You can just chunk it in there with it. It will help to kill the taste because it is extremely bitter without it. Now, once you've made, look at that, it's already starting to dissolve. Eesh. You may not have to wait overnight. It's good because I haven't taken this stuff in a few days. Oh, it's still floating around. All right. The other thing you're going to want to do is get yourself either a little medicine cup. You can get these at the pharmacy. We have them at our office, so I took a couple for demonstration. These kind of cups are 30 milliliters. Now, once this has dissolved fully in there, you have 50 milligrams in 500 milliliters. So that gives you 1 milligram per 10 milliliters of fluid. This is 30 milliliters. If you fill up a third of it, which is right here, that's 10 milliliters. It's 1 milligram of medication. So 2/3 would be 20 milliliters or 2 milligrams. All the way up to the top is 30 milliliters or 3 milligrams. The other option you have is to get something like this. I picked this up from Walmart. Again, not particularly endorsing this company, but Anchor Hawking. I don't know. I just found it at Walmart and got it and been using it ever since. It has milliliters right here, and the only bad thing is it. I forgot. The only bad thing is it doesn't do 10 milliliters. It starts at 15. But for me, that didn't really matter because I was already taking, I think, 30 milliliters or 3 milligrams at the time. So it really wasn't that important. So here you have your measuring cup right there. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how much you should be taking, but what I do is I'll tell you what I do for my patients. So of course, my patients will know. I tell them start with 10 milliliters, so 1 milligram daily. Usually in the morning. If it makes you tired, take it in the evening or at bedtime, and get that a couple of days, see how you feel. If you feel like your pain is well controlled. Now, important to understand is that it doesn't get rid of your pain. What it does is it takes your pain in front of your face to back of your head or back of your mind, where it doesn't bother you quite as much or it doesn't interfere with your life. In fact, one of my big questions before I'll even do that, I usually start everybody on physical therapy for their chronic pain and EDS, but I only start the low-dose naltrexone or try them on low-dose naltrexone if their pain is currently interfering with their life, meaning it's difficult for them to go through the entire day without having to take breaks or stop because of the pain. Now, does this totally get rid of your pain and make you completely pain-free and able to, no, I'm sorry, not for pain-free, but make you able to function completely? No, but for a lot of people, it has taken them from not even able to work a job, at least making it all the way through the day. And where do you go? I tell people just titrate until you find the dose that works for you. For the most part, I've seen is that people have to take it twice a day, though I do see a bit of a size difference. Like my really small people that are under 100 pounds, usually 1 milligram, 2 milligrams daily is all they need. The bigger people, closer to 200 like me, they will they usually need it twice a day, and some even 3 times a day. It just kind of depends. You have to play around with the dose and try to figure it out. I usually tell people, rather than go from 1 milligram to 2 milligrams, or 1 milligram daily to 2 milligrams daily, go from 1 milligram daily to 1 milligram twice a day, rather than going up on one single dose. Spread it out into 2 separate doses. And it usually works out really, really well. So that's how you make the nasal crom lotion and the low-dose naltrexone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.